Get Out of Your Own Way by Jovita Jenkins. Chapter 4. Quote, before you can hit the jackpot, you have to put a coin in the machine. Author, Flip Wilson. Chapter 4. Retrain your brain. Quote, yes, you have a gold mine between your ears, your mind and your imagination. Author, Earl Nightingale. Have you ever wondered why it is that in spite of your best intentions, you are not able to consistently accomplish the goals and objectives you set for yourself? Most people never reach the heights of success to which they aspire. In fact, most of us are our own worst enemies when it comes to sabotaging our success. Our one key reason for this is that our internal programming gets in the way. As discussed in Chapter 2, we are programmed from birth to fit in with the community in which we live. Our programming comes from our parents, teachers, religious leaders, politicians, friends, and other groups. The messages we receive are played over and over again in our minds until they become an unconscious part of who we are. To become as successful as we would like to be, we must modify our internal programming. In effect, we must retrain our brains to include new, more empowering beliefs, think new thoughts, form new habits, and take compelling action. What we believe, the way we think, the words we use, and the habits we acquire often do not serve us well. Beliefs, thoughts, words, habits, and actions are key factors in determining how successful we are, or may become, regardless of how we define success. Beliefs are powerful. They color our perceptions of the world around us. And what are beliefs designed for? They are the guiding force that drives the generalizations we use to simplify our lives so that we can function in our world. Our beliefs determine what we are able to perceive and ultimately what we are able to achieve. Beliefs have the awesome power to either create or destroy. They can be empowering or limiting. We will explore this concept later in this chapter. Thoughts are based on beliefs. Our thoughts have the power to either propel us forward or hold us back. Our thoughts determine our actions. The words we use to express our thoughts can either be positive and keep us moving forward or negative and impede our success. Our thoughts and beliefs determine our habits, and our habits ultimately determine our future. Bad habits can keep us mired in behaviors that are familiar and comfortable, even when those behaviors no longer support our growth and development. Good habits foster behaviors that help you achieve the success you deserve. Habits determine behaviors. Our behavior determines our actions, and our actions determine our results. Getting out of your own way requires retraining your brain so that your beliefs, thoughts, words, and habits are aligned with your vision of who you can become and the goals you want to accomplish. Relationship between beliefs and actions. Have you ever wondered why, in spite of your plans, intentions, and sincere desire to change, you revert to behaviors that can keep you from attaining the goals you set for yourself? We attend seminars and leave them with the conviction to change our lives. It only takes a few days and sometimes only a few minutes to revert to our old ways of functioning. We buy books and tapes designed to help us change some aspect of our lives, our finances, our health and fitness, or our general well-being. Our collection of self-help books increases, but our behaviors remain the same. Why can't we consistently achieve what we think we should be capable of achieving? Most of us start out enthusiastic about our prospects. We truly intend to change. The problem seems to lie in our ability to sustain our commitment to change. The reason it is so difficult to sustain this commitment is that what we do, feel, and experience is determined by our beliefs about who we are, what we deserve to accomplish, and how we interact in the world. Fear, limiting, and negative beliefs have been programmed into our subconscious and now silently control our actions. Recall that our actions and ultimately our results are determined by our beliefs. The self-help industry thrives because people are searching for ways to stop blocking their success so they can transform their lives and reach their full potential. We are each searching for the magic pill that allows you to get out of your own way. Intuitively, I've always known that there was a strong relationship between belief and action. My experiences in corporate America and my interactions with my coaching clients only make this conviction stronger. You must believe in the possibilities before you can achieve the goal. My underlying belief that I create my own reality has allowed me to accomplish goals that few people that I've known in my life so far could conceive of, much less achieve. And at midlife, I have another 30 or so years to create a different reality from the one I experience today. This is also true for each of you reading this book. You get what you focus on, and what you focus on is ultimately determined by your beliefs. In doing the research for this book, the more I learned about the relationship between beliefs and actions, or lack thereof, the more convinced I became that the key to unlocking your potential lies in your ability to change your beliefs. This includes letting go of beliefs that no longer serve you. It also includes replacing those beliefs with ones that support your continued growth and development in whatever area of your life you choose. In recent years, quite a lot of attention has been paid to the concept of changing your belief systems so that you can live your best life. This is one of the premises upon which the coaching profession is based. It is also a popular tenet of self-help television shows such as The Oprah Show. Numerous popular authors have written about the power of belief to shape your life. The works that readily come to mind are Dr. Phil Shaw's You'll See It When You Believe It, Anthony Robbins' Awaken the Giant Within, Lynn Grahorn's Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting, and Morty Lefko's Recreate Your Life. There has also been a considerable amount of study done on this subject in the medical community. The mind-body connection is currently one of the greatest areas of advanced study. The basic premise is that no matter how committed you are to accomplishing a goal, you will sabotage yourself rather than do something that goes against your basic belief system. It is a fact that in many cases, our belief systems are invisible to us. And even though we may not be conscious of our beliefs, we act according to them. Therefore, changing those beliefs that impede your progress is a necessary precondition for success. Empowering versus disempowering beliefs. Our belief systems ultimately determine the course of our lives. To a large extent, how successful we are is a function of what we believe we can accomplish. Some beliefs are empowering. They strengthen your foundation and move you to action in the direction you desire. Other beliefs are limiting. They hold you back and disempower you. In Anthony Robbins' classic book, Awaken the Giant Within, he states that beliefs have the awesome potential to create or destroy. Learn to choose the beliefs that empower you. Create convictions that drive you in the direction of your destiny. Survival strategy beliefs. Whether we realize it or not, we all devised survival strategy beliefs. Many psychologists call this phenomenon conditioning. Our survival strategies help us function in the world as we see it. Psychologist Marty Lefko postulates in his book, Recreate Your Life, that survival strategy beliefs are based on a person's observation of what it takes to feel good about oneself, to be important, worthwhile, or just be able to deal with life. He concludes that the role of survival strategy beliefs explain why therapies designed only to improve self-esteem rarely produce fundamental and lasting change in people's lives. To make fundamental life change, you must first change your conditioning or survival strategy beliefs. Using myself as an example, I developed survival strategies that allowed me to function and be successful as a black woman in the male-dominated world of the aerospace industry. In that environment, there were daily messages, both overt and covert, that I was not acceptable. My way of surviving and overcoming the obstacles I faced was to develop survival strategy beliefs that allowed me to deal with the realities I saw in my professional environment, and despite that, feel good about myself and my accomplishments. The survival strategy beliefs that helped me to succeed in the aerospace industry did not serve me well when I transitioned out of that environment and into the entrepreneurial world of coaching, speaking, and writing. As an entrepreneur, I had to develop a new set of survival strategies. In fact, the transition required major changes in my thinking and habits so that I could more effectively function in this new phase of my life. No longer could I expect to check on a regular basis. I had to learn to market my services and to recognize opportunity and attract clients and customers. I had to devise new ways of interacting with the world. There was, however, a ripple effect that I had not anticipated. Devising new ways of interacting with the world is accomplished by trial and error. And some of the errors were very painful. As I developed new ways of interacting in one area of my life, I discovered that some of my prior stable, well-established working relationships were adversely affected. I found out the hard way that any change you make in one area of your life affects other areas of your life in ways you may not be able to anticipate. Any change in you affects your relationships with the people in your life. The significant others in your life have established a view of who you are and how you should act. When you deviate from that view, you open yourself up to potential conflict at a time when you may be emotionally unable to deal with it effectively. This phenomenon is one reason why people sabotage their success and decide to maintain the status quo. It takes work and lots of good communication to keep your relationships intact as you change. I can testify that it is worth the effort it takes to successfully and sometimes painfully make the transition. However, it took lots of work and communication to maintain the parts of my life that were working fine before my major transition. Managing significant relationships while in transition. What a great subject for my next book. Thoughts. Our thoughts have the power to either propel us forward or hold us back. Changing a single thought can have significant effect on your ultimate results. Thoughts are like magnets that draw to you what you think about most. Not what you want most, but what you think about most. So think about what you want to happen in your life, not about what you don't want. What happens when you focus on what you don't want? You attract more of it. According to the law of attraction, you attract to your life whatever you give your attention, focus, and energy to, whether wanted or unwanted. For example, I have always envisioned myself as a problem solver. I am really good at solving problems. During my corporate career, one of my roles was to handle the problems that occurred within my organization. So what do you suppose kept showing up? You guessed it, more problems for me to solve. It seemed that as soon as I resolve a conflict here, put out a fire there, a new challenge would surface. My focus was on problems, and that is what I got. Now, to the greatest extent possible, I focus on what I want to happen in my life. The law of attraction holds for money, love, or anything else you might want. In all cases, you attract what you think about, focus on, and give energy to. So if you want love, think loving thoughts. If you want money, think about abundance. Focus on what you want. Stop focusing on what you don't want. I am not naive enough to think that attraction alone will change your life, and I know you aren't either. The point is, focus has power, and focus combined with action has the potential to change your life. When you change your thinking about yourself and your possibilities, you attract the forces necessary to turn your thoughts and ideas into real-life experiences. Before you create anything in the physical world, you must first have a thought. You control and determine your future by the thoughts you think in the present. Exercise. Take out your journal and jot down as many empowering beliefs as you can think of in 5 minutes. Circle the 3 most empowering beliefs on your list. How do they empower you? How do they help you in your life? Record your answers in your journal. Next, jot down all the limiting beliefs you can think of. Circle the 3 most disempowering beliefs on your list. Question yourself about the cost of holding on to these beliefs. Record your answers. Decide to no longer pay the price that these limiting beliefs exact on your life. Finally, identify empowering beliefs to replace those limiting beliefs you want to eliminate. Record these in your journal. The purpose of this exercise is to provide a mechanism for exchanging limiting beliefs with more powerful, empowering beliefs. If you realize, believe, and trust that you can change the meaning and feeling about an event in your mind, you can change your actions. Changing your actions causes changes in your results.